starting now. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Michael Seven Michael, and you're watching Geekcaster, everything geek media and geek culture. And today we have with us...
Hi guys, this is Bevan.
I'm Jamie.
Yes, and we're going to start talking about some TV and some movies, and then we're going to go into some geek culture conversation. Actually, no, I want to start with films. Let's start with Incredibles.
Yes, it opened to 180 million. Largest animated opening. Beauty and the Beast originally held that record, and now it's been dethroned.
Yeah, that's amazing to me.
It's crazy to me that this movie did that.
Wow.
Especially after, 14 years?
14 years.
Yeah.
Well, you know what that is. That's nostalgia, and a lot of them are parents now. They're like, hey, kids, let's go see this movie.
I've told you this, I'm not an Incredibles fan. I've tried to like the first one. I've watched it multiple times, even recently, because I wanted to get psyched for it. So it's crazy to me, like, how big it is, because it's one of the only Pixars I don't really care for.
Wow.
And, which is,
I know it's weird. No one agrees with me on that. So to watch the sequel blow up so much, I feel so left out.
Yeah, no, I would argue that maybe Incredibles is one of my top 3 Pixar films.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, it's because when The Incredibles came out, it was very clever. It dealt with it was very meta for 2004, and up until that point, we had a couple of X-Men movies, a Spider-Man movie, but not really. It's not the superhero genre that it is today.
I think that's one of my problems with it, is that to me it doesn't feel like a superhero movie. It feels like a 60s Bond movie, because it takes place in the 60s and all the tech and stuff. It feels very more like a spy movie to me.
Well, and Brad Bird actually directed a Mission Impossible film, so it makes sense. Like, he's very much inspired by James Bond and Mission Impossible and all that stuff, and so there was a lot of elements to that. So he bled the superhero genre and the conversation of should supers be illegal before anything else, like the Marvel questioned it or DC questioned it in the mainstream media. And that was revolutionary at the time. But it also really balanced out just home life of a man going through a midlife crisis, trying to balance out his life while not being what he wants to be. And then you have the wife that is a badass chick, but she's still a mom, and you've got normal everyday family problems of a dynamic of kids and stuff. So it just did, having kids, facing the fact that you're not this person anymore, but wanting to be this person. And I think just Pixar was just so intelligent for that. And the villain itself was very impressive. It was, and speaking of toxic nerd culture, the villain syndrome is a product of toxic nerd culture. He was obsessed with Mr. Incredible. His hero let him down.
Yeah. Is Jason Lee in the new one?
No.
Okay.
Syndrome is not, no. But he was very much, before any of this nerd culture toxicity came into being, he was a product of that already. Pixar saw it ahead of time of this is what could happen to a nerd that gets his dreams crushed by his hero, so therefore he just becomes the bad guy, which was very, very clever.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah.
I think all the family dynamic stuff is why I don't really like it. It's just not my thing.
That's
but
fine.
I respect it.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, it doesn't have to be your thing. It's okay.
Yeah, but I have a question about the new one, since I
Yes.
probably won't see it. Does John Ratzenberger make a voice cameo, and what does he cameo as? Because he shows up in all the Pixar movies.
He's the Underminer.
Okay, was he that in the first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's always in all the Pixar films. Yeah. He is the Underminer at the beginning of the film. So the film literally, Incredibles 2 literally picks off where the last one ended.
It's so interesting to me.
Yeah, after 14 years, they decided to keep it right at that. And they kind of switched the whole thing, where in the first movie, it was the dad going off and working, and the mom was kind of staying home dealing with the kids. This one, in this Me Too movement society, they put body cams on her to show that superheroes are actually justifiable for doing their jobs, and they're and we're gonna have Elastigirl do it because she's our play, she's our best move. And, you have to deal with Mr. Incredible dealing with the fact that this company would rather have her than him.
And was he obnoxious? Was it obnoxious to watch him struggle with that, or did he eventually come out in a positive light.
Well, here's what I thought was really good about Incredibles 2 is they really balanced out the wife and the husband really well in terms of they supported each other. There was two scenes where you saw him struggling with his ego and his love for his wife, but he always chose the love of his wife.
Okay.
And he started to discover the benefits of being home and being with the kids. Like he realized that he kind of just didn't know how to raise his kids, and it was kind of like an eye-opening thing for him, and then he quickly got over that and he started getting good at doing what he did. And actually the scenes with him and the kids were a little bit more, I want to say, more entertaining than with the wife, because a lot of her scenes was action packed and less emotional. So it was fun to watch. Like whoever organized her powers, like figured out her fighting sequences and how to use it was very clever. Like her fight scenes are very, very clever. It's like, oh, this is a great Mr. Fantastic, because we're never going to get a good Fantastic Four, so it's going to be Incredibles.
I think we got to give that one up.
Yeah, I know, we got to give that one up. But they did a very, very good job with, like, in terms of how she can use her skills. So she was a very impressive fighting person, you know?
You're making me kind of want to see it now. Now
was
I'm
really
intrigued.
good. And also, too, I will say, and I think nobody's going to disagree with me on this who sees this movie, Jack's the best thing of this movie.
I've read that a lot. Everything I've read is that Jack is the best.
Jack literally steals it. He has 17 powers, and he doesn't know how to use any of them.
That's pretty good.
Like, there's a really funny scene where the wife calls, like, honey, are you sure you can handle this? And, like, I like the fact that she kind of judges him for a second, being like, I'm not sure you can handle this. And he's like, no, I got this. And outside, Jack's fighting with a raccoon. You know, Dash is asleep with his math homework, and Violet's, like, invisible and crying with a tub of ice cream. Like, so clearly he doesn't have this under control, but he's like, I will figure this out. And that's not really a spoiler. Sorry, guys. That's not really a spoiler because it's just a family dynamic moment that happens. It doesn't give away any plot details. I mean, everyone knew Jack was going to have superpowers.
Yeah,
and
it's in the trailer.
It's in the trailer.
Also, anyone who really wanted to see that movie would have seen it already.
Yeah. I mean,
It's true. It's Monday. Monday's the day of spoilers.
yeah. It's $180 million. A lot of people went to go see this movie. There is really, unfortunately, like, one big downfall of this movie, in my opinion, and that's the villain.
Oh, really? Who voiced the villain? Do you know?
Yeah, but if I tell you that,
Oh,
you're
is it
gonna
like
know.
a spoiler kind of?
It's not. I mean, I found the villain kind of like predictable. Like they tried to do this thing of like, oh, who's gonna be the villain? And I was like, I already know who the villain is. Like, there's two scenes that I like that to me just completely give away that that's the villain, and that. You know, if it weren't Pixar, then I would kind of be like, whatever. But Pixar just has such a high rep at being clever, being multi-layered, and being smart. Clever and smart at the same time.
Can I guess, based just on the trailer, is it her new boss?
Kind of.
Okay.
Kind of.
All right.
It's not, yeah, and it's like the motivation behind when you come from the first Incredibles movie, where one of the highlights of the first Incredibles movies was the villain because it was so smart and like why he was the villain, his motivation was like the first Incredibles had such a well-rounded villain. This one just seems a little bit phoned in. This one seems a little bit like, all right,
Kind of like an Aries.
yeah. Just a little phoned in. Just a little phoned in there. And I'm like, oh man, that could have been a lot more clever. I really would have wanted some sort of, oh my God, it was that? You know, but like when it finally happened, I was like,
Still a cartoon. Like, I'm sure kids were surprised.
I don't know.
Oh, really?
I don't know. Actually, I'm not a kid, so I wouldn't know. I mean, I'm assuming that the kids were there for Jack and the epic fight against him and the raccoon, which was hilarious. Although Edna, the scene with the kid and Edna Moss, voiced by Brad Bird, the director and writer for both. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, a man voices that tiny little woman
That's amazing.
that goes nuggets. She's great. She's that scene with her and the baby is hilarious as well. Probably one of my favorite scenes is with her and the baby. It's hilarious.
She was the best part of the first one.
Oh yeah, I mean she's still hilarious. She's the same thing. But like I will say that there's more of a journey for Mr. Incredible. Yes, Edna Moss. She's just darling. She's just great. There's more of an emotion. So that's the first critique I have is the villain's weak.
Okay.
It's the weakest thing, and actually across the board, if you read any reviews, if they have anything negative to say, it is
That's
about
it.
the villain. And again, it's because I think we hold Pixar to a higher standard because they've just knocked it out of the ballpark so many times, so our expectations are higher. The second thing is I really would have liked more interaction between Mr. Incredible and his wife because I found those conversations that they were having with each other very compelling and very forward thinking, that I would have liked more of a conclusion for her because with the dad, I think they handled his arc really well. For her, I would have liked to see her. I saw where they were going, which is the struggle of like, I want to be an independent woman. I like saving the day. Oh, but I'm missing out on Jack's first powers. Like, she's never around for any of Jack's powers. And at the end of the movie, she's like, wait, I missed his superpowers? She's like, you missed the first 17. And I felt that would have been a little clever to see more of the modern day woman struggle with the fact that she equally loves being a superhero and a mom.
I feel like you see that a lot on screen these days. Like, I don't know how she does it, which was a terrible movie, but
Well,
that's
they don't
like
really deal
what
with
it's
that
about.
in this movie, and I kind of would have liked to see her. I don't know. This is just personally for me because I felt like she was just very one-noted. Like once she decided she was going to be the breadwinner, she was just there the entire time, and it was great. So I just even if it wasn't that, I would have liked to have seen her have some sort of emotional struggle with herself the way the husband did, because that made the husband scenes more interesting to me. That was just it's a tiny thing because like I said, I thought they balanced them out really well, and I thought that they handled the whole Me Too progressive mom goes to work thing very well. Like the husband was very much putting his ego aside.
I think the fact that it takes place in the 60s should be noted too, because at that time it would have been harder for the husband than now.
I mean, there's a really good scene where she calls and she talks about like a train that she stopped, and he's like sitting there smiling, but he's looking through the TV of everyone talking about her, and she's so happy. And you see his like Pixar did such a great job of like his pained face of like conflict of like, I'm not gonna put her down, but this bothers me. That this is not me. And like I said, it's just one of the few scenes that happens where he is struggling with his male ego and his love, but at the end of the day, he chooses his love of his wife. It's like I'm gonna get over myself in a sense, you know. So it was really that's what made him more compelling, is that he was really dealing with something where I would have liked to, even if it wasn't about balancing out work and momhood, something for her, like something equally well for her, besides just, I'm going to do all the cool superhero fights.
But I kind of like that though. Just like let the woman be badass and let the guy have
Do
an
the
internal
emotional
struggle
journey. I mean, and that's what this movie is, basically. For the most part, that's what this movie is. The guy is doing the emotional struggle, and the woman is just being the badass the entire time.
Well, maybe I'll see it then.
Okay, great. I convinced her to see it.
If for nothing else, for the short.
Oh, yeah. So I got to talk about Bao for a second. Everyone is talking about the short because it's the first Pixar short to be directed by a woman. It is about a dumpling that comes alive that kind of represents this woman's, I guess, a baby. It's really kind of odd because the way it's filmed, you're like, okay, that's cute. This is a little weird. Oh, that's fucked up. And then, oh my God, I'm crying. Sorry, I didn't mean to cry.
Censors.
Sorry.
I can't believe it wasn't me.
You didn't hear that.
I'm sorry. I do this every time, I think.
I'm honestly shocked it's you and not me. I'm gonna pat myself on the back for that one.
It's weird, guys. It's weird.
It is hard not to curse.
And I think what was I guess this is why you expect so much from Pixar, is because Pixar takes a lot of bold choices, and this was a very bold short. Like there's a lot of, I don't want to give it away.
Yeah, because I really do want to see the short. I don't mind incredible spoilers, but I don't want any short spoilers.
Yeah, it's one of those moments where it's gonna take you on a roller coaster of like being like, oh, that's cute, to oh, that's weird, to oh my God, to I'm crying.
Sounds like Pixar.
It's like Up, but like a little bit more demented. than
Ooh.
that. Like, it's kind of demented. Like,
That's cool.
yeah. So hats off to Bao for making me feel all the emotions just like Up in the first 3 minutes. I think
3 minutes?
I think
Yeah,
it's
you know,
like
the first 3 minutes of Up are like the hardest moments of movie of all time. So depressing.
Have you not seen Up?
Yes, I did. That was a little off.
That was off.
Yeah, it was a little off. Oh, a little weird.
Oh yeah, but I
Yeah,
mean like
just-
the first 3 minutes of Up.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
were
yeah.
like, what did I just watch?
What did I do with my life? What am I doing with my life?
I'll never find love.
Yeah.
And if I do find love, they're definitely gonna die anyway.
Right. Yeah, that was.
So you just expect Pixar to just take a lot of bold choices. Yeah, so, but anyways, Incredibles 2, really good time. If you like the first one, you're gonna like the second one. Are you gonna love the second one over the first one? Probably not, but you're probably gonna YouTube all of the Jack scenes once that becomes available, because you know somebody's gonna make a video of just every Jack scene.
I'm sure.
And, it
And
is-
if they weren't gonna do it, they're gonna do it now because you said it.
yeah, I mean you should, because I feel like I could rewatch that movie just for the Jack scenes, because they're so. Again, whoever designs the powers and how they get used and the fight scenes with them, very, very clever. I want to hats off to the fight choreographer, whoever does.
So basically, Jack is to remember this in school. Something is to something else. So Jack scenes in Incredibles 2 is the same as Deadpool's 2 last 5 minutes in the credits.
Oh
basically.
yeah.
Sure, although I think in school they would argue that those aren't perfect comparisons because you're talking about a scene versus a person, but I get where you're coming from. I'm sorry.
And that's
That's a nerd.
That's a nerd.
That would be a nerd.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I actually think
You know what? We should have a graphic. We'll have like a.
Do you know what? No. I know how to compare.
Nerd moment.
No. I can give you a nerd moment. Jack scenes are like all the Snoopy scenes in a Charlie Brown movie.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Especially in the latest Charlie Brown movie, the Peanuts, the Peanut movie.
I can't say I saw it, but
I did.
I'm familiar with the Peanuts.
I love the Peanuts, and I love Snoopy. But like every time Snoopy's on screen, he just kind of steals the show because he's just there as like, I guess as commentary or to be comic relief with all the heart going around with Charlie Brown's struggle. So Jack's kind of exactly like that. Like he's there to counterbalance any sort of heavy.
The comic
hidden
relief.
message. He is the comic relief, and it is cleverly done, and it is hilarious. Every time he's on screen, just know something's gonna happen.
So would that be if you went with the total opposite? I'm stretching now. But if you went with the total opposite reaction, that would be all the Jar Jar Binks scenes in Star Wars.
Ugh.
Right.
Right.
Sure.
Although I love Jar Jar Binks.
What?
I was 9 years old and I thought he was funny. Okay. And now that I'm an adult and I know he's terrible, I think it's even funnier. It's to me, the worse it is, the more entertaining it is. I'm somebody who loves bad stuff, and I could watch. I've seen The Phantom Menace hundreds of times. It's okay.
He's dying.
It's okay.
dying.
I mean, what? Used to people gonna die. It's just like, I don't know. It's so ridiculous that I can't get enough of it. It's why I've seen Twilight 100 times because
Oh, Twilight's so bad.
yeah, I know, and I
Twilight
love
is-
it.
Okay, but here's the thing. I love Mystery Science Theater. So if all these things were done in a Mystery Science Theater format, I think I would just have a great drinking
See,
game.
and I would rather I don't need the mystery science. I just want to be the person who yells things at the TV. I don't care what other people have to
Although
say.
I do think that like a drinking game of Batman and Robin is.
Oh, I've done
hilarious.
it.
Oh man,
I have
it's
a
so
Batman and
funny.
Robin poster above my bed.
Oh man.
Fun fact about me.
It's like you can get wasted on just the ice puns alone. Like you're
Oh,
not
yeah.
drinking to anything else. You're not drinking to all the Bat credit cards or the Bat skates or Robin whining like a little brat that he's not appreciated. I want my own light in the sky. And Poison Ivy loves me. Or all like even the Poison Ivy puns of
Oh, I
like
love it all. I love it so much.
you could just get wasted on just Arnold Schwarzenegger's lines alone in that.
I'm gonna go home and watch that movie now.
Okay, great.
I love it so much. The worse the better. The worse the better, honestly.
Great. That's why she loves Twilight.
That's true. I was Poison Ivy for Halloween when I was 7, 17, and 27, and I'll do it again when I'm 37. And
Okay,
it's
great.
all based off of Uma Thurman, though, not any other version of Poison
That's a
Ivy.
very uncomfortable looking outfit.
Oh yeah, I've modified it over the years.
I don't know how that outfit breathes.
Next time I want to do her in the purple gorilla suit, so it's just like Poison Ivy face.
I hope it's
but in a
cold
gorilla-
outside.
Yeah, me too. I've got like 9 years to go. So.
Okay. I'm sorry, what were we talking
Yeah.
about? Incredibles?
More any bad movie discussion, I'm into it.
I
Is there
think
anything coming out?
so Luke Cage season 2 is coming out.
Oh, yeah.
The next film, I believe, is Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, that's coming soon.
That's in July.
I'm really excited. I'm trying to think of movies. I'm excited for Sorry to Bother You, and Mamma Mia 2.
Speaking of bad,
oh, it's gonna be bad.
oh man, the first one was terrible.
Oh, I love it so much. Oh, give me Pierce Brosnan singing terribly
With
any
his
day of the week.
furrowed, like,
Oh,
where don't these happy days look so hard to find?
I love it.
Oh, wait a minute. You know what?
Yes.
Jurassic Park came out.
No, it's
Next
not coming
week.
out till next week.
Next weekend.
Oh, okay. It came out overseas.
Okay.
Yes, and
I-
it's getting creamed. Like people hate it.
Yeah. I was talking to my friend in Denmark, and he said it was
Not
too. It was too much like they took the best moments of the past Jurassic Parks. Basically, the best moments of all the past Jurassic Parks is just the best moments of the first Jurassic Park.
It seems like they're
And
just
did
ripping
it
off
over.
Lost World.
Well,
I mean, yeah.
But I am one of the people that I love Jurassic World. I thought it was great, but I don't have high hopes for the new one.
no.
Nothing in the trailer was like, I don't know. I really miss the what are they called? Raptors. I really miss the Velociraptors being scary, and they've now turned them into pets. I don't know. Some people like it. I'm like, nah.
Yeah, I liked the '93 look of the dinosaurs better than the now
Well,
look.
because they were actual puppets.
Exactly. I'm a
not
puppet
CGI.
person all day.
Oh, me too.
I love puppets.
Yes, high five.
Yes, I love knowing that it's there.
It's there.
It makes it scarier.
The main problem, allegedly, I haven't seen it yet, but the main problem I'm hearing is that they basically made a kids movie, while the original Jurassic Park, even though kids were able to check it out, it was geared towards adults. And that's the main problem. It's too kiddie now.
The thing that makes Jurassic Park so good is how scary it is. It doesn't matter how many times I see it. I watch it a lot. It scares me every time.
Yeah, no, because there's a real sense of danger in Jurassic Park, and it's just, yeah. It's way too kiddie now.
And I'm on a Pratt downswing right now. My Chris list changes constantly, and he was number one for a long time. And right now he's on the bottom.
Is it because of the whole Thanos thing?
No, his character is not him. No, I don't know. It's just you go. The Chris list is
Go
just an
through phases.
ever-changing thing. Evans was at the bottom for years, and now he's at the top. You never really know.
That's true. I mean, I would probably say, I can't believe I'm even saying this right now, but I think Chris Hemsworth has never been at the top of my list.
Me neither.
But then I saw Thor Ragnarok, and I'm like,
Wait a minute.
he's
How many
funny now.
Question: how many Chris's are famous?
Well, it's like
last
the
year?
main
Chris
four. It's the
Hardwick?
Pine, Pratt, Heavens, Hemsworth. Those are like the main
Yeah.
four. Like there are
Oh.
other Chris's, but those are kind of the four.
But there's a lot of Chris's this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard a lot of Chris's.
There's a lot of
I think there
Chris.
was an SNL skit about like differentiating between all the Chris's.
I saw a great tweet yesterday, and it was about Glenn Powell and the new Netflix rom-com Set It Up, which I really enjoyed. And it said that it goes, the main guy from Set It Up looks like he was made in a Chris factory. I thought that was such a good tweet. I wish I knew who sent it or wrote it, because the Chris thing is such a funny epidemic.
Sorry, you're boring me.
What can I say?
Speaking of television, tell me about Cloak and Dagger.
Oh yeah, so I watched the first 2 episodes, so I'm still one behind, but I'm liking it so far. I liked a little teen drama, so that's my jams. But I think I might like Runaways more.
Run away.
yes.
Run away.
But also, Runaways is gayer, so that tips my scale a little.
Wait a minute. season 2 of Runaways didn't come out yet, did it?
No, not yet. No.
Oh, okay.
It's got a ways to go, I think.
Yeah.
But Cloak and Dagger, so far, I'm not super familiar with the comics. I haven't read any comics.
I know nothing about
Yeah.
Cloak and Dagger.
So I can't speak to how well it is in terms of staying true to the story. But it's entertaining, and I think that the young people are good. They seem
The
to
young
pick up-
people?
You know what's funny? I felt old because
youngins.
the teacher came on screen, and I was like, "Dang, the teacher's hot!" It's like, oh, I know I'm old now. That I don't find the teens hot anymore, which is for the best. But also, then I had a crisis because I'm like looking at this teacher, he has all these tattoos, and I was like, "Dang, this dude's hot." But then he slowly is getting dressed, and it's revealed that he's actually a priest, and I have very conflicted feelings about thinking the priest was hot.
That's how I feel about the casting of the live action Jafar.
Oh.
The live action, they announced the live action cast of Aladdin, 6 months ago. And the guy that they cast for Jafar is like a 36-year-old, six-pack looking man. And I'm thinking to myself, no, wait, no, Disney, what are you doing to me? He's supposed to be old and ugly, and you cast a 36-year-old hot guy.
I could get on board with a hot Jafar.
Sure, but I'm just conflicted.
Who's playing him in the movie? Do we know?
That's what I mean, the hot guy.
Oh, you're talking about the movie.
talking about the
I don't know
movie.
why I was thinking you meant the show, because we were talking about theater before.
Yeah, no. I'm not talking. I'm
Okay.
talking about the live action
the movie, okay.
Aladdin that has Will Smith as the genie. Jafar is some 36-year-old hot
Will
guy.
Smith is in it?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
playing the genie. Right, and I'm like, I'm so conflicted by my feelings right now, Disney. What are you doing to me? I don't want
like
to
it.
find. Yeah, I mean,
Although I haven't seen one single live action Disney movie.
well, you're not missing.
Well, that's the
anything.
thing. Lion King, I have no interest in, but I will buy that soundtrack and I will listen to that
Oh,
soundtrack
I think we've discussed this.
every day. Did we?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Because it should be noted again how good that soundtrack's gonna be.
But sorry, I
Yeah.
deterred because you were talking about
The hot
teachers,
teacher
the
who
hot
turned out to be a
teacher.
hot priest actually instead.
That's very foreign birds.
But yes, but other than the hot dude, it seems right now I don't know what's revealed in the third episode, but in the first two there's still so many unanswered questions. The two of them have hardly interacted with each other, so we don't really know where their powers are coming from. But that's why I'm sticking around. I'm intrigued. I want to know. So I'm glad that they're not revealing it all
So
too
give me
soon.
the breakdown. What are these two
So-
kids doing?
Basically, they were involved in an accident when they were younger, separately, but kind of came together. And there was this big flash of light, and cut to them as teenagers. And all we know from them so far is if they touch, some glowy things happen. She kind of glows, and a dagger will just appear in her hand. And then him, if he puts a blanket over him, he disappears and like ends up somewhere else. It's very unclear what exactly is happening.
There's so many things I can read into that.
Yeah, I think that if I knew more about the comics, it would make sense.
Spends
But
too much
right
time
now,
in the sun.
yeah.
It's just, all those psychology courses.
Although the show, it started out like dark off the bat.
Oh.
Like the cops shoot a young black kid within 5 minutes of the show.
Oh, wow.
So they're definitely hitting some major social issues, and it's freeform, so you never know if they're going to go like too tweeny with it. And I think they're definitely going to hit some dark points in this show for sure, which I'm into.
Give everybody your social media, please.
My Twitter is @JamieCinematics.
And I am on all social media platforms at Bevin Why Not Now, BEVIN, the letter Y, not now.
And I'm Michael7 Michael, and you can reach me at MICHAEL, the number 7, MICHAEL, and that's on IG, and of course Geekcasters on IG. Thank you so much, ladies.
Bye,
Thanks for
guys.
having us.
And you're watching Geekcast, everything geek media and geek culture. And there was something else we were supposed to talk about.
Well,
Oh,
we got
fine,
really
we
carried
are-
away.
all right, so next
Next
time.
week.
Next time. All right, take care, folks.